Hey, welcome to On the Bench with Street and Foss, the coronavirus edition. Street, how are you?
Hey, pretty good. I like how you're copying my jersey wearing. That's cool.
Women's Day champ, State.
This is also state city champ.
Well, that's true.
Just as big.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, I love jerseys. Send me jerseys. You send them, I wear them. Bunkers here. Bunkers just won a city championship there in Minneapolis.
Indoor state champ, Women's Day.
Oh, yep. That's nice. What it's Bunkers? How long they been together? Arctic Blast.
Not as long as Bunkers.
39 years. That's a long time to have a team. Like, I can't even fathom having a team for 39 years.
Yeah, Sheila runs Arctic Blast, and she's not 39, so.
Yeah.
Bunkers wins.
Maybe if she does it like Bunkers, maybe she can pull it off. My buddy Schnoz sent me this shirt. Schnoz he was running that rink where Nationals was going to be at this year. So, and I say was highly possible. A big shout out to my buddy Schnoz and Bunkers. Tommy Mack, good buddy of mine, also plays on Bunkers.
Well, let's get into it. So thinking of the rest of the 2019-2020 season, obviously, what's going to happen?
She's done.
You think she's done already? It's just over?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I do. Unfortunately, I don't know what I'm going to do. I've got to find a new addiction. So if you see me in 2 months and I'm on a severe heroin habit, this is why. You're just looking at the numbers and CDC says this, and you're looking at Italy and all that other stuff. It just doesn't. That April 16th, 17th, whenever Nationals is, just doesn't look to be responsible or possible.
Yeah, timing does definitely not seem to be in the favor. IBC has been pushed out to June.
Yeah.
Do you see the chance of Nationals being pushed out? Or do you think it's just canceled?
This is one of those, no one knows. No one has a clue how this is going to go. It's kind of like the shoes. You just don't know. Hopefully they can get pushed and I can go play a tournament in June. That's fine. I'll just skip on my son's baseball games and go play Broomball. Same thing with Nationals, but at that point, like people schedule their entire year to go to a national tournament. It's a big commitment. For me, I travel a lot, so I've rearranged my entire life yearly to go to any tournament I want to just about any given time. But for a Nationals tournament, that's a lot of teams, and you're talking about flights and PTO and
coordinating all those schedules and the arenas, and it does not look good if it's not going to happen when scheduled.
Big time bummer. On the bright side, they don't have it this year.
I think I know where you're going.
Yeah. Defending champs.
Holding out for another year.
I'm fine with that. 2 years for champs, that's great.
Yeah. The longest one season champ winning streak of all time.
I don't know. I would say I'm optimistic if we can come together as a community and figure this thing out. I'm also very pessimistic because I think people are.
Well, and I'm with you too, because things are obviously. I'm working from home now. A lot of people I know are working from home. Things aren't looking great, and they're only just starting. So this whole thing it's not gonna happen.
You start talking about financial situations too, and it's no, we're not going in April. I'd say at this point, yep, plan on next year.
Yeah,
maybe not though. Who knows?
Yeah,
we don't.
Well, yeah, I know. Maybe we'll see in June. So speaking of something that would be a conversation if we were on the ice, what is considered the best broomball in Broomball right now?
Who cares? Broomball's canceled. Next.
None of it matters.
None of it matters. Trying to survive over here. Pasta out of a can. Did a little research on the Broomballs. Talked to a good buddy of mine, Daryl at broomball.com. He basically told me that they're all pretty good balls. They're all pretty good balls. It comes down to preference. I know I know the Blue Ox ball is my favorite ball, but I like it because it's bouncy.
Yep.
I like the bouncy balls, especially in my leagues. And there's a lot of people that don't like the Blue Ox balls because they're a little more bouncier than say like a D-gel, which D-gel is the gold standard. That's the one that's been around the most. Everybody says that lasts maybe the best out of all the balls. I can't confirm that, but after talking with a couple people, that seems to be the one that I guess that's probably the one people are most used to playing with. So they like that. There's the dimple ball. Have you ever played with the dimple ball?
We bought a couple when they first came out just to like try them, but we didn't stay with them. They were too hard.
Yeah, I guess that. Well, so they I guess they stay on the ice a little better. Don't float around as much as like say a Blue Ox ball. That South Florida League, they still play with them. That's their ball of choice down there, South Florida.
Who makes the dimple ball? Is that a D-gel?
I couldn't tell you.
Yeah.
Could that dimple ball?
Yeah, we bought a couple and didn't think much of it after that.
Do some research. You tell me.
I mean, I'm with you there. I prefer a bouncier Blue Ox. It is dangerous when you play guys like a Sticks or someone who can crank the ball standing in front of a bouncy ball.
So that's why I like the bouncy balls because in league where I play with them at, I'm always on defense now, so all I'm doing is shooting like those hot balls.
Well, my question would be when Conan won the shooting contest for the fastest shot, what ball was he using?
Ooh, that's a good question. There have been a lot of hardest shot contests out there.
Not taking anything away from you, Conan, but just curious if what ball you're using. Going into social media, how has this changed the broomball world since it's kind of taken off that way? We always put the Minnesota women on a high pedestal with what they're doing in their program, how they're promoting things. Obviously, their new website is awesome. They're really good on social media. Broomball Central has obviously got a foothold in social media. What has that done to connect people throughout the world now?
I mean, it's everything. So that was the biggest problem last couple of years that I have noticed was you'd see a website, take my league, for example. Our league website was hot for 1 year. I followed it on Facebook. And then the next year, it kind of fell apart. And, I was like, okay, well, now that league's kind of defunct. Like, you don't know if it's functioning or not. Take a look at Charm City right now. Like, they are, I'd say they're the hottest league in the country. They're doing everything on social media. Now, the only reason I say that is because I see it all the time,
right.
Because they're constantly active. They just had their tourney, the Charm City Broomball tourney, and they live streamed, and you could see everything. So, it's just an easy way to keep people in tune.
Yeah, I mean, obviously that's a big thing for us. I mean, you think about those. My perfect example would be those European Championships. I would have never known about that until things were tied onto social media.
So, I mean, that was the whole point of Broomball Central and kind of, this is why we're filming, because it makes all the difference in the world. Like when you feel like, you feel like something's going on, you gotta trick people.
Exposure, make it seem bigger than it is.
Yeah, exactly.
Yep.
Exactly. So you take your, I remember when we first started doing it, at times I felt like a nerd. Like, oh my God, people are going to make fun of us because we're up here filming broomball. I'm 40 years old. I'm an idiot. But, I just kept taking it serious and trying to improve. And now it's like so many people have said, hey, thanks for filming it because my mom gets to watch, my dad gets to watch,
right.
Like my family back home. Like they believe me now that I'm going on broomball trips as opposed to just heading out to Vegas.
Yeah. Well, and now, Grant and I and a couple other people are working on some more even video production and storytelling on top of the social media, which will be great for telling stories of players you might not have known about.
Yeah. So sorry, I got my cat. She's digging into something back. You can kind of look into the future of what broomball could be by looking at cornhole tournaments, which is probably like the only sports that are on television right now. 2 players 6 feet apart.
Yeah.
So you have that. You have spike ball. You know, we saw. I sent you that picture of spike ball the other day. Like, you kidding me? What what else is there? I mean, frisbee golf, another thing. Like, you watch those, they have taken those events like to the peak.
Right.
Like there's 7 cameras, 8 cameras, 8 $5,000 cameras floating around at those frisbee golf tourneys, and it's just like, wow. Like, I thought I was a nerd.
And there's no reason why Broomball can't do that too, especially now with the super fast, exciting new shoes.
Oh yeah.
Oh, good
Game
segue.
changer.
So,
Oh, nice segue. Good job.
yeah, thank you.
Hagan Drama. So obviously it was banned at Minnesota State. That was made pretty clear after the grip your shoes turned into the actual statement of the shoe. And then Canada at first had said no to the shoes, but then I'm assuming they said yes after it was known that everyone had the ability to get them.
Well, I heard the provinces got together. They had individual heads in each province, and they had a video call. I mean, this is, through little birdie, so not 100% positive this is true, but it looked that they had that conversation, and everyone decided that they thought that it should be a go. Now, I don't know if that was a good decision or a bad decision, but that's the decision they made. And going out for sticking up for the state decision, I think that was a good decision, because not everybody could have got them yet. Maybe. Like, well, yeah, I heard that you can get the shoes. You just got to call in. Well, orders were still kind of stacking up, so it might have been the safe play for state.
Yeah, well, and safe play for sure. Yeah, I'm pretty sure a lot of the women's sizes weren't available at state as well, and you wouldn't have some sections be legal and then women can't. Men can, but women can't. That wouldn't be right either. So that's probably I'm with you there. It would be the safe call. I'm still not in agreement with how they went about making that decision, or I guess announcing it.
The announcement was a little off, and I think it irritated a lot of folks. Yeah, should have. I mean, that's all you really had to say was, "Hey, we're not sure everybody can get him. Not even really sure how they're going to interact on the ice, and if we think it's good for Broomball yet." But yeah, so we're going to shut it down. Everyone could have lived with that. It was just the speculation, and it was just, I think it was handled a little improper. But now it is what it is. To be honest with you, like, the coronavirus has been a nice pause in the Hagan drama.
There has been, yeah. It's obviously
just getting tired of talking about it, because everyone had an opinion on the subject, and no one really knows like what it's going to do. Like, I know as a aging broomball player that those Hagans were scary for me, because I've played in them and I could see my career shortening. But that doesn't affect my decision or my thoughts on whether they're good or bad. I guess we'll get into that here in a second, but when you see one tourney have them and one tourney that doesn't, it's a completely different situation.
Well, getting into that, going straight into state, and we talked about this off air, but tell us your thoughts on watching two different tournaments, one with, one without.
So there was multiple tourneys. I guess since our last podcast, we had the Minnesota State Northeast Shootout up in Messina, the Charm City Broomball tournament. Two of them played with the shoes, one without. The state tournament didn't have them. I caught the weekend of the Northeast Shootout. I think that was going on at the same time as state. Is that correct?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and it was wild watching games from state. I'd caught a couple snippets on Broomball Central Live, and then there was a couple. EJ Thorne did a bunch of recording out at Northeast Shootout, and watching the two games side by side, within like 10 minutes or something like that. It was just, it's a completely different game.
Yeah.
It looks like I'm watching Kelly Lake and Furious battle it out in overtime. And then I flip over to watch two teams in Syracuse that one I had never heard of. And it looked like they were playing A+ broomball, and Kelly Lake and Furious were playing C broomball.
Yeah.
It was a lot slower, a lot more controlled. It's just a completely different game. Now, whether that's good or bad, time will tell.
Right.
Like, I can't see really how you're going to stop it, but it definitely is a completely different game with the shoes on.
Yeah, I guess being firsthand watching some of the games at state, it did seem like the state games were less skilled because they had obviously less control, more skill, and obviously in some Minnesota teams here, highly skilled
Which
players.
is not true because, I mean, you know the teams and you know the teams in this tournament, and it's not less skill. It's just different things happen.
Right, but those highly skilled Minnesota players not being able to control their feet in the same way they were the weekend before playing in, you know, a league tournament or whatnot, it was pretty evident, especially watching that championship game with MedX and Kelly. Highly skilled. Obviously, both teams are very good, but they didn't seem like the same level it was even earlier in the season when we played that league game.
Yeah, right. Which, hey, big shout out to MedX. Actually, my buddy Schnoz was on that bench, I'm probably pretty sure. But yeah, MedX got him a win there at state. And I think there's going to be a replay of that game if they ever get the Augsburg League back up. Right? That championship hasn't been played.
No, it hasn't. Yeah, and man, those guys are good. They're fast. Even without the shoes, they're freaking fast.
Yeah. Let's see. So up there at the Northeast Shootout, that's kind of considered a Canadian-American tournament, you know?
Another Can-Am, yep.
Yep. Canada won. The eighth liners, I think they were from Toronto.
Okay.
They took that trophy back across the line. So Charm City, who won Charm City? Patterson Park After Dark. Got a taste of that crab. Have you seen the crab trophy?
Yes, I have.
We need a picture of the crab trophy.
Best
Best trophy in all of Broomball right now.
Yep.
Just to cover, Cobra also won in men's B over Muskrats. Ice Mafia got themselves a win. They dominated the Seaside, beat Flying Beavers. Ice Pirates over Pickup Sticks in D. Women's A, Arctic Blast over Tracy's. And Flying V's out of Fargo over Lumberjacks in B. And then Co-Rec, Spark Plugs over Green Man. And in B, our friend Grant Dawson, Terminal Frost over the Griffins.
Man, there's a lot there. Northeast Shootout, what, they have an A and a B?
Yep.
You know, the eighth liners beat Corruption, DC Corruption, and that A, and then who won the B? Syracuse United.
Yep.
I think.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, beat our good buddies, the Saints. Sasala squad.
And they're back. Good to see those guys back. So you did a little investigating on this one, talking about the high stick.
I like that. Nice find.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, nice little Google.
I was going to say, that's not Rodney.
That's not Rodney, no, but a little Google crop. So what'd you find out with the clarification on the high stick?
Yeah, I called Rod the ref. He told me a bunch of stuff. I forgot to write it down. He is just a world of information, that guy. We started talking about all sorts of stuff, and then the coronavirus kicked in, and my brain went blank. Scrounging. Yeah. But high stick, there was a question that I had. I think it happened in our league game. Is like, kid had a high stick. It didn't touch the ball, but he was in traffic, and I was like, Rodney is like, hey, is that a high stick? He's like, very well could be. You don't have to touch the ball if it's above his shoulder. If you're in the area of other players, it can be considered a dangerous play. Now, if you're out in open ice and you go to reach, for the ball and you don't touch it, and there's, I guess, no case of you hitting someone, then it probably won't get called unless the ref just hates you. But anything over that shoulder in traffic around anyone, that also can be considered like with the follow through. Also, that could be trouble. I did ask about, like when someone's taking a shot, and you go ahead and reach that stick up and hit the back of their stick.
Yeah, it's a good play.
Yeah, it is a good play. What happens if you get over the shoulder there?
You would think it would be a high stick or a dangerous
That
play
should be a
sometime.
high stick. Rodney told me. I can't remember.
I
had a long conversation about it. Can't remember.
I've never seen it called.
It should be. If in that backswing and you reach that stick up and you're over their shoulder, why is that not a high stick? You're making contact with their stick above your shoulder there.
Well, my gripe on, and this is obviously the hardest call in Broomball with the way the penalty is structured, is it should be when the stick makes contact with the ball. That should be the level of which you're judging how high the stick is. Correct?
Yeah, for sure.
So
but
obviously,
but then that comes down to dangerous play. So if
Right.
you're in traffic and you lift it up here and then come down and touch the ball, like at one point you were above your shoulder.
Yeah.
So it just. Good luck, refs.
Right. That's probably, it's got to arguably be one of the hardest calls in Broomball right now. Because anytime it's questionable, what are you yelling on the bench? Hi, stick. People are just going nuts.
Always wanting it.
Yeah, and rightfully so. I mean,
And to me, if it's not dangerous, it should have to be blatant. Like if it's close, tie goes to the runner type
I
situation.
agree. Yeah, if it's close, let it go.
Now you found an interesting little thing here. The Broomball collector.
Someone sent me that. I think JC. JC's always sending me stuff.
How late was he up when he found this, or what was he doing when he found it?
Yeah, he's a deep diver. Yeah, he will go down some rabbit holes. But this site's unbelievable. This guy's he probably hasn't been on there in quite some time. But man, someone get a hold of him. That's a hell of a shot. I mean, that's some serious work to be able to lean on that font line.
Right.
Like that.
I mean, and the Broomball's not even leaning.
Yeah. Pretty impressive. But yeah, there's it's just a guy. He's a collector. He's got a bunch of photos in there of shirts and beanies and jerseys and things he's been collecting.
It's an old school Flame shirt.
Mm-hmm. Somebody tell me who that guy is. I want to send him something.
So yeah, he's
Trusty Bunker.
He's Swiss. This is the translated page of this. But yeah, if he's still playing, and if anyone knows who the hell this guy is or what's going on, let us know.
I'm still trying to find my USA Broomball cups from all the years I've been to. Maybe he's got a couple of those I can get off of.
You left a bunch of green ones from Fargo with me.
Oh no, I've got like 20 of those.
Oh, okay. Well,
I never give them to our team ever. Like last 5 years in a row, I've kept all the cups. Catching a lot of heat around the house for all the cups.
Our guys probably don't even know there are cups.
They don't.
Yeah.
Keep them. My cups.
Well, let's jump ahead here to the BBC's involvement in this whole Canadian national tournament. That's still, they used kind of confusing verbiage. Is that I'm not gonna say.
Good gear.
Yeah.
She's a good gear.
They used confusing verbiage because they said it was canceled, but it'll be postponed for later. So is it canceled or postponed?
Both.
It's both. So it's canceled for now, postponed
Okay.
for possibly later.
It was canceled for the date that you and I were supposed to go to it. In case you didn't know, Justice and I bought tickets to go to Canada. We bought some plane tickets. Broomball Central was going to be there to film Canadian Nationals, and we were real excited about it. That was like a 6-day trip, wasn't it?
Yep.
That's what it's going to come down to. It's going to be me, you, and Grant Dawson up in Canada.
Dream team.
It would have been fantastic. How disappointed was I to hear that was canceled? Knew it was coming. Saw it 2 months in advance. First case in China, I was like, we're not going to Canada. There's no way. But, yep, that's a bum deal. But Broomball Central was going to have its first major tourney in Canada. Nope, that's not right. We did Canada Cup.
Right. Yeah, we did Canada Cup, but being a part of Nationals is kind of a big deal. And
It would have been.
Grant was studying up names, so he wouldn't.
Sure was. He was like, get flashcards on players' names and stuff.
I mean, he took it. He was taking it real serious.
Yeah, Bob Costas of Broomball, Grant Dawson.
Oh, we had a whole second camera set up for interviews after games to talk to players, and
What a bummer, man. That's a bummer, man.
Had some plans.
Hold on, I gotta let my cat out. Strumming out.
yeah,
All right. Bunkers.
don't mind the technical difficulties that are our cats.
You're the only
Yeah,
cat person here.
that's a big time loss for Broomball. No Canadian Nationals. What are you gonna do? Hey, we're in a tight spot here.
Yeah. Unfortunately, that would have been awesome. I guess we'll still wait and find out. I know with your job and my job, we at least have the ability, and Grant for that matter, to jump at it if it comes live. But as of now, just like the USA Nationals, who knows? How are they going to schedule out with those arenas, if they're going to take out the ice or if they have it pre-planned for other things?
Yep. Once again, it's the right call. When was that? That was here in 2 weeks.
Yeah.
We were leaving on the 31st.
You were going to be here next weekend for IBC in Mini here, and then that Tuesday we were flying out to Saskatoon.
Yeah, I know. I was driving up there, driving home,
Just to fly back.
Yeah, would have been a good deal.
Yeah.
I'm going to lose my mind in my home here in the next 2 weeks, thinking about all these. This is like my favorite time of year. It's been ruined.
Yeah, I very much enjoyed before we started filming. Cy giving you a little call.
Just calling you just to annoy you.
My kids are driving me insane.
We might have to plug that at the end of this.
Yeah, insane. Yeah, he'll just FaceTime me because he's on his iPad. I never let him use their iPads, and now just in the middle of the day, just FaceTime. Boom. What you doing?
Well, Street, do you have anything else to throw down for this quick and dirty podcast?
I don't think I do. I got to get. Everybody needs to be positive.
Oh,
'Cause here comes the sunshine.
Oh God! Positive vibes. Here we go.
You just got to get through this rough patch. Just stay indoors, chill out. You know, play some video games. Low down on food. Don't go anywhere unless you have to. And we'll be clear here in about 3 weeks.
Motivational speaker. Yeah.
Don't freak out, man. Don't freak out. Take it easy. Another huge gift from my buddy Schnoz here.
Internal anxiety, 1 through 10. Where are you at?
My anxiety? It's the most stress-free I've been since my kids were born. Are you kidding me? I don't have to go to baseball. I don't have to go to soccer. I don't have to worry about filming tournaments. I barely got to go to work. I sit at home, hang out, eat some food, play a little Zelda. I haven't played video games in like 10 years, and now I get to sit at home and just do whatever I want. This is great.
I know. I fired mine up for the first time in like 3 months last night.
Yeah, no, I don't think it's. It's going to completely reshape the way we all live. I think I don't think you go back to normalcy after this. You'll go back to a different type of reality. I think after this, because it's kind of wild.
Yeah, no kidding.
So hopefully for the better, but I'm not freaking out. Nope, zero anxiety. Like I said, low stress level, feeling great.
Well, from both of us here on our final shift here on the bench, we'll catch you next time.
Please.
What's up, Dad?
Hey, I'm
Where
working.
are you?
I'm in the barn.
Where?
I'm in the barn working.
Let me see.
I'm gonna come in there and fight you. I'm in the barn.
Try me, boy.
What do you do? What do you want? What do you want?
Come in and try it.
I will come in and DDT you. What do you want?
I dare you, boy.
Who are you talking to? I will
I'm
fucking
talking
kill
to
you. What do you need? What can I do for you? Make it quick.
Nothing. I just wanted to annoy you.
Oh, I'm coming in there. You better hide. You better lock your door. You don't have a lock, do you? Bunkers.
I don't know why that was funny.
Hey, who you guys play for? Play for Bunkers. 3 wives. Crazy fucking story. I've never paid league dues in my entire life.
Yeah.